everyone, and how are my good people doing? Welcome back to Rideshare Conversations. I'm your girl, Priscilla Victoria, and let's get to what we are going to be talking about today. Today, we are going to be talking about understanding transportation. What do I mean by that? Sometimes I feel like when we are doing certain things, we do it because we're taught to do it and we learn to do it, but do we understand it? And to get the most out of what you're doing, you have to understand what you are doing, okay? So understanding transportation, understanding rideshare transportation. So what I mean by this is I'm going to talk about a few pointers that I've learned from myself, and I want you guys to comment. I want to hear your thoughts as well, because when it comes to rideshare conversation, when it comes to rideshare transportation, we got to look at who we are transporting, okay? So when you think about who you're transporting, you have your adults, your everyday working people. They work every day. They got to go to work to make that money, right? Your children. And what I mean by that is school age or college kids, people that are going to school, which predominantly are children, and you do have adults. And your elderly people. Your elderly people are predominantly going from point A to point B, but they do have a fair amount of doctor's appointments. So when you break down understanding transportation and who you're transporting, it's okay, where are these people going? Okay, so I have a separation where I separate, okay, this is what's going on Monday through Thursday. And Friday through Sunday is a whole different schedule, okay? So Monday through Thursday, how I implement, how I work my schedule is different from Friday to Sunday, okay? So Monday through Thursday, I think about your everyday working people, where people are going. And I forgot, your travelers, people who are traveling for work, people who are traveling, visiting people to have fun. So your travelers, okay? So you have your working adults, your school kids, plus college kids and adults, your elderly people with doctor's appointments, and your travelers, people who are traveling, okay? So when you really look at that, you begin to understand where you fit in, how to set your schedule, where to set your schedule. And another thing is understanding, and I'm going to put this in another video, understanding where you are working. So understanding your area, okay? So for me, I moved from one city, which is smaller, to a bigger city. So I had to learn, understand, and gauge the area that I wanted to work in so I could get the most out of what I'm doing. So Monday through Thursday, a lot of times I am going to be your early bird person, okay? I start at 4 a.m., sometimes 5 a.m. And the reason that I do that, and like I tell people, I don't care where you are, someone is always going to the airport or work at 4 a.m., okay? Your Amazon, your UPS, your FedEx people, these people have to be to work before everyone else, okay? So you, depending on area that you live in and where these places are, you are going to get people that are traveling to these places, okay? So I am an early bird. So I'm starting early. I like to start early, stop around 9:30, 10. Sometimes, depending on the time of year, which I'm going to talk about, that's another thing that I implement, knowing the summertime, the wintertime, that's another thing, understanding that as well. So when you look at where you want to start and where you want to fit in, I'm that early bird person where I'm going to start really early and I'm going to take my break. Sometimes it's a long break. And then I'm going to come back in the afternoon when the times are high. That's when people are leaving from work, doctor's appointments, school. So sometimes you can do a little bit of a split. Now, everybody cannot do that. So if you're one of these people that, okay, I want to start early and I want to finish my day, when you get to that slow period, that time period from like 9:30 to maybe 1 o'clock, what you have to remember is one thing slows down, but something else pick up. So where people are where they need to be, doctor's appointments, school, work, guess what? During that slow period, it's almost lunchtime. So when you look at if you do delivery, these other delivery apps, or if it's Uber Eats or whatever, and you want to continue to work and you want it to be at a rapid pace, a lot of times when people are not being transported, they're actually using these delivery apps. So that's something to keep in mind. That's something to think about, okay? So also, you have to understand your area, because if you do not understand your area, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to make it. And I get it. Some people do this more on a full-time schedule, which they have more time. And some people do this on a part-time schedule. And even if you are on a part-time schedule, that's people that may work and do this on the way home. See, they're already in that momentum of, okay, I'm going to work. And I know when I get off, there's going to be a lot of people getting off with me, okay? So keep that in mind when you're looking at schedule, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, drive this time or that time, because you're going to make a lot of money. Because if everybody was driving all at the same time and not driving certain areas, so people would not get picked up, okay? So also think about what app is best for you, whether it's delivery, whether it's Rideshare, whether it's apps like they have laundry apps, dog walking apps. You may not have a car. So I'm going to talk more about that in another video, apps for people that they can make money off of if they don't have a car. Okay? So remember that what you are doing and what type of time you have, because what I'm starting to realize, I have signed a lot of people up, and I have realized I've seen different types of problems that they could run into when they're trying to work these apps, where somebody that's single that may not have kids, or somebody that's single that may have adult children, me, but they might not have the correct amount of time to utilize these apps where they, how they need to, okay? So keep that in mind, and I think that I'm going to put that also in another video, understanding the correct app for you to work off of that's going to be the best for you, and it's going to be the most profitable for you, okay? So understanding transportation, learning how to gauge your area, okay? What I mean by that is, where are the people in your area going? Where are they traveling the most? Okay, for instance, like me, I'm in a DMV area. So I work all areas at different times. See me? DC, you're going to get stuck in traffic. So for me, I like to maybe start off on that side early morning in the DC area. But my afternoon time, okay, is going to be in the Baltimore area. And that's because DC, you have your working people, you have all type of people there. It's a high tourist area, okay, where Baltimore is a big city, but it is a residential city. So their tourist area is within the harbor. Everything is there. DC tourist area, they have to do a lot of walking, okay? If you've been down there, you're from there, So those people are going to be catching rides in between, sightseeing, also going to Virginia, okay? And Virginia is very tricky, okay? You got to know, for me, when to come back, okay? Because you can be within a residential area that is really busy. But the further you go out into residential areas that is not more city-based, where you have a high number of people moving around, it's going to be, it's not like you're not going to get trips, okay? But how the trips come in and where you're going is going to be a lot different. Where when you get on that Virginia side, you can keep getting trips and you can go further and further and further away. For some people, if you don't live in that area, okay? So those are a few tips that I wanted to give you on understanding transportation, understanding how people are moving, understanding how people are being transported, understanding where they're going, and understanding what time is going to be the best time for you. I'm going to cut this video off right here. I hope you guys are staying safe. Safe travels for everyone. And again, I'm going to touch on this topic again, but let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. If you can share this video with somebody, share this video, okay? And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in to Rideshare Conversations.